We get some seat jacks going. We empowered ourselves today. Get some seat jacks
Get that
going.
bounce going.
Energy up, baby. Energy up. Welcome back in, everybody. Empower America show. Myself, Michael Wall, Hodge Twins, as you know, Kevin and Keith, and all about helping empower the people.
Yeah.
Bringing power back to the people for real this time.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people talked about that over the years past, but nobody really did it.
Yeah, I know.
It's like a scheme. Vote for me.
Yeah.
You know what the biggest thing is when you want to start investing, you don't know you don't know how to find people because you see these people with all these designations, CFP, CPPA, ABC, DC, they got all these
Alphabet soup.
RFC.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got all these designations. What is all that? What does that mean?
How do
Yeah.
you find somebody that's good? Because I'm not giving any investment advice, but I've ran into CFPs. This is stay away from cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It's a scam. And I'm like, well, that scam just made me a lot of money. So
I'll be going next door with the crypto guy.
So I want to know, how do you figure out finding somebody that knows what they're talking about? Just not have those designations by the
Yeah, I
name.
want results.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a great question. And you're probably asking that yourself out there. And if you don't know, I've been in the financial game 20 plus years, commentated nationally for 6 in media, CNBC, Fox, Bloomberg, advisor, coached advisors. I only say that, guys, because I think it's important to have a little bit of understanding of the background, right? This isn't our first rodeo in understanding the space.
Right. You helped us a lot.
Yeah, which is great. But, you know, when people, and we're blessed to do that, and by the way, that's other companies, Wall Private Wealth, U.S. Private Wealth, that we have. But when you look at finding an advisor, I think the first, you nailed it, alphabet soup. I mean, that's what it is, right? It's like, because I've heard so many people say, well, you know, do you have this designation as an advisor? Or do you have that designation? Or I only want to work with an advisor that's got this designation. It's like, I only want to date blonde people. You know, and it's like, okay, so then you're going to dye your hair blonde to make,
Right.
you know.
You're really putting yourself in a box when you do that. And you don't and the person that says that, they don't even know what those designations mean.
No, they really don't. And what's even more important is what people don't know is that to get the designation, does the advisor learn some things? Yeah. But they're paying for it. And then like the American College as an example, which is a great organization. They provide great courses. And we're not saying don't get these designations. We're not saying advisors shouldn't have them. We're just saying it's like, let's think about this. If that's your only criteria, you might be missing something. So what happens is a lot of these organizations, the donations that they're not donations, the fees that they're receiving from advisors that are paying for these donations, right? They're using that money and turning around and they're marketing to the public, hey, by the way, you should only get an advisor with this designation.
Right.
It's kind of like, wait a minute, has this gone full circle here? You know, it's like, okay, so the advisor's paying for the designation. Yes, they learned some things. That's valuable. And then the organization that's giving the designation is then marketing to you,
Right.
the consumer, to say you should only work with advisors with these designations because they're better than others.
That's a conflict of interest.
It seems like it might be a self-propagating situation. I mean,
Right.
So like the college system.
exactly. How about this? How about you go to school and then we'll have the government give us money so you can go to school.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and, all
And
of
you
that.
go in 100,000 in debt and you get this job paying you $13 an hour.
Yeah. It really makes sense to us. Long term, right? No,
Right.
but I think when you look at an advisor, so what happens? You got to classify it, right? So first off, not all advisors are created equal. You know, the first thing is you got these guys and girls, men, women out there that are insurance agents. And all they're doing is selling insurance products, annuities slingers, right? People call them sometimes. And I'm not saying annuities are bad. I'm not saying annuities are good. I'm just saying that that's all they do. That's all they want to put all your money in annuities, right? And they want to make a big commission. Nothing wrong with getting paid. And then you got brokers out there. You got brokers that are in a place where, you know, okay, there's good brokers, bad brokers, but they're not required to, from a contractual perspective, do what is in the best interest of the client, which is crazy when you think about that.
Yeah, it's really
Because they're making money on the transaction and so on and so forth. Then you have the fiduciary lane, which says, well, we only make money when you make money. Well, that's nonsense because they charge a fee.
Right.
You know, have we met yet? We charge a fee regardless of the value. So it's about finding the balance. And really what it comes down to, guys, is understanding the advisor you're working with. Mm-hmm. What is their expertise? What is their knowledge? And more importantly, what is their results?
Right.
I mean, listen, even from the advisor perspective, there's an news organization called Barron's, you may have heard of, that puts out reports every year talking about top advisors. Mm-hmm. Well, do you know where they get the criteria to figure out who's the top advisor?
No, well, Michael.
By who has the most assets under management. Now, I want to ask you a question.
Oh, wow.
If you decide that you want to go ahead and start a financial firm, mm-hmm. and you want to connect with a bank to get loans to then go buy other books of businesses. So you're going to say, hey, here's an advisor that's been in the business for 20 years, and he's got $100 million in assets that he's managing, and he's retiring, and I'm going to go buy his book of business out. So now you buy that book, and you put that into your book. You get that book and your book and put them all together. You got books all together.
Yeah, right.
Now you just grew your book for $100 million, and then you do it again. You buy another advisor's book. Another $100 million, another $100 million, another $100 million. A car for you, and a car for you.
Right.
And all of a sudden, at the end of the year, you're like, we grew by $3 billion. And so Barron's is like, whoa, number one advisor in America. You grew by $3 billion. But in the fine print, what it doesn't say is the metric on who's number one has nothing to do with performance.
Right.
How does that make any sense?
Yeah.
It's like, let me think about it. So does size matter? If you're coming up with the iceberg, I'd rather be the speedboat.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's at the end of the day, you have to say, what are the results that people are seeing? And so when I look at designations, guys, and finding the right advisor, I look at it the idea of saying, what have the results been?
Right.
What have the reasons? I mean, when you guys were referred to us in our other companies, you were referred to us because of the results that we produce for other people.
Don't get me wrong. I thought I was going to jail. I said, man, we're going to jail.
This cannot be legal.
But you found out it was part of the code, part of the structure.
Yeah.
And so that's really the theme. And by the way, you lead into a good point, because a lot of layman people, they don't know what they want.
Right. Yeah.
Because they don't know what's available. Why don't they know what's available? Because they don't have the financial basics.
Right. Yeah.
Financially illiterate.
All comes down to empowering yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, just like with the whole cryptocurrency. I mean, we made a pretty penny on that.
Yeah.
Even though people was telling it was, but we did our research.
Yeah.
We just didn't jump into it because he said, she said.
Yeah.
We took our time, looked into it, did all our research, and then decided to invest. We empowered ourselves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it's great to have a CFP helping you out, but you should be a team together. You should not just be relying on your CFP. Rely on yourself and your CFP and your network of people with the information.
Yeah, well, look at all these people, celebrities, who had accountants handling their checkbooks, their personal accounts.
Yeah, everything.
They had no idea what's going on.
No idea what's going on, and they're flat broke there. Because you relied on somebody else, you got to empower yourself. I mean, you got to look at it from a team perspective when you do things like that.
Yeah, so I think as you're looking for an advisor, the big key is if they have letters behind their name, great. If they don't, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're the wrong approach.
Right.
It just means that you got to understand, like, on both sides, letters or no letters. Because at the end of the day, we called it alphabet soup earlier. Mm-hmm. It's like, what are you more interested in, alphabet soup or results?
Results.
So I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm going to invest with somebody, I don't care if they got letters behind their name. I care if they can produce results.
Right.
And so I was like, you can show me letters and show me no results, and I'm out.
Right.
I'd rather have the results. And so I think that's so important. You can't know really what makes sense, though, if you can't speak the language.
Exactly.
Right.
You're just going by whatever they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got to talk about the financial alphabet. And by the way, that's a course that we put together on the site, right? EmpowerAmericashow.com, simple, easy investing basics course. Whether you're 50 years old and you got millions of dollars, or whether you're starting out, like, it's amazing to me, guys, over the years, how many people that we've met that have money, that have significant wealth, by the way, and they don't understand the financial basics.
That was us like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
If I could have met you about 4 years sooner,
it'd be way better.
God, the money I could have saved.
Oh, the money we paid in
and
taxes.
So I mean, think about this for a minute. When you think about why that is It's because people are in a place where they have focused on what they're good at.
Right.
They're focused on building them, maybe their own business, or maybe if you're just starting out, you're trying to find out what you're supposed to do in life. That's where they're at. That's where they spend their time.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
It takes up a lot of your time.
Yeah. And so,
it ain't but 24 hours in a day.
Well, it's jack of all trades, master of none.
We learned that the hard way because when we first started our journey on YouTube, we used to do everything. Film the videos, edit the videos, upload the videos. Man,
we was doing everything.
And I think you guys at one time were taking the CD recording of your video and driving to YouTube, Google's home office, and putting it in the mailbox. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's how old school these guys are, by the way.
Now I got an editor. I got people. I still do all my research and things like that. But, man, you need a team around you. And it's no different when it comes to your financial success in life.
Yeah.
You got to have a team.
So important. So when we take a look at the advisor maze, navigating like the mouse in the trap, how do you get out? Get your cheese. Yeah. How you get the cheese is by paying attention to results. And, when you do that, by the way, so some great questions to ask are, can I have some conversations with some previous clients? Nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Let me talk with some folks that have worked with you and, and make sure that we know that it's dialed in and right. Very important. And then empower yourself.
Yep, that's how we found you. Referral.
Yeah. Referral's big. And that way, at least one box is checked off. And then the second thing is, do these people align? Mm-hmm. Right? Do they align with me, the visions, the values, how they invest? Does it align with what I'm trying to do? And you got to empower yourself. You've heard us talk about it before, but listen, people are so lazy today, guys.
I know. I remember when you first came to us, I said, man, we go to jail. Call the CPA. We hit double check. They said, yeah, it's all legit. I was like, why didn't you tell me this? I've been with you for 4 or 5 years. All this money, I'm sending to Joe Biden, and you're not telling me this?
Well, Joe Biden is your friend. He likes you now.
He's rebuilding America with that money, right? That's what he told us.
No, he's sending it to the Ukraine.
Exactly. Everybody gets a drone over there. Here Oprah's giving out cars. Over there, they're giving out drones. Right. But listen, empower yourself. Get the financial basics. Go to empoweramericashow.com. Or if you're a text person, I don't know if you guys have seen these. This is called a cell phone.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Came across a few of those.
iPhone makes these. Apple. And Android, Samsung, Google. It's pretty cool. You can literally text the word empower. It's right here. E-M-P-O.
There you
empower.
Go. Empower.
That's in case you can't spell. You
got to start somewhere.
Text the word empower. Now listen to this, guys. This is a tough number.
Yeah.
It's 600. 600.
So if you can't count to 600, you're screwed. 600.
Text the word empower to 600 to learn how you can download and buy the course to get the investing basics. As always, it's all about empowering you. Navigate the financial advisor maze. Make good decisions. You've worked hard for what you have. Until next time, stay empowered. Peace out.
Yeah.